This is JR Tech and Software.
Hello guys, welcome back to another video. In today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how you can install Windows 10 in VirtualBox. It's not that much different for if you want to install it. Let's say you've built your own computer and you want to install Windows 10 on your computer. It's not going to be too much different for installing it on physical hardware, but you will have to know how to burn the ISO onto a USB drive and how to change the boot order yourself. I'm not going to go through that in this tutorial, but I will be showing you the basic setup for Windows 10. Another thing that I want to talk about is that because Windows 10 Microsoft is calling Windows 10 the last version of Windows, they're pretty much going to be just updating it like every year. So in a few years the installation of Windows 10 might look somewhat different than it is today, so be aware of that. This video will be most accurate at the time of its release date, which you can look at down right above the description of this video. So anyways, so to download Windows 10, what you're going to have to do is go to the link down in the description and you will come to a page that looks like this. This is what it'll look like on a version of Windows here, Windows 7, Windows 8.1, or Windows 10. You'll come to this page here. You'll download the Windows 10 Media Creation Tool. What you're going to do is click on this Download Tool Now button. And it's going to load. I'll download the Windows 10 Media Creation Tool. I've already downloaded this, I'm not going to do that. But then what you'll do now here is go to where you have downloaded it, and I don't think I've actually refreshed this yet. Let me do that really quick. And you'll go to the Media Creation Tool 2004 is what it's called right now. You'll go ahead and open that up. You'll go ahead and hit yes to this user account control prompt here. If you saw my how to upgrade from Windows 7 to Windows 10 video, this will feel very similar to what we did in that video, because we used this tool to upgrade to Windows 10 in that video. So anyways, it's going to pretty much load a setup wizard type thing here, where you're going to pretty much agree to a bunch of stuff, and then you'll get a which version of Windows 10 do you want to download. Do you want to get the Windows 10 Pro or Windows 10 Home, for what architecture and which language, and then it's pretty much going to download for you. And for whatever reason it's taking forever to load here, so I'll kind of try to help you walk through those steps there while it's loading. If you are on any other operating system, whether that be Mac OS or Linux, you'll be automatically redirected to this page here, and it says download Windows 10 disk image ISO file, because of course that Media Creation Tool will not run on any sort of other operating system that is not Windows. You'll be coming to this page. What you're going to do here is select the edition here, which is just Windows 10 here. You'll see there's more download options down here, and then you're going to click on confirm. It's going to load. You'll go ahead and choose your language, confirm. You'll choose which architecture you need, so I'll choose 64-bit here, and then it's going to go ahead and download there. Alright, so over here you'll see here back in Windows here, we're going to accept the license agreement here. Let's go and Excel Explorer that back there. Wait for it to load. This tool, it can be kind of slow, so kind of bear with it. Pretty much what it's doing is downloading all the information that it needs from the internet. Even when you're going to be getting that ISO file from this tool, it's essentially going to be downloading Windows 10 from the internet. All you get from this tool, here's the interface, and downloads pretty much everything you need from the internet. So yeah, so it does take a while to load everything. It also depends on your internet connection here. I'll go ahead and pause the video and wait for it to be done here, and then I'll get back to you. Alright, so the next little page here you'll be brought to is what you want to do. You can upgrade this PC now, but what you're going to want to do here is create an installation media. Now from here you can automatically create a USB flash drive or DVD, a bootable USB or DVD if you want to do it like that, if you want to install it on a physical computer. But we're just going to go ahead and hit next here. If you want to buy these things, you'll go ahead and uncheck that use recommended options. Here you'll select your language, the edition, which of course is Windows 10 here, and the architecture. Of course you can also choose both if you want to have an ISO for both. You're going to go ahead and click next. Once again, if you want to create a bootable USB drive, you can go ahead and leave this selected, and I'll just go ahead and put all those files that it needs on that USB drive for you, and it'll make it bootable, so that all you have to do is stick the USB drive in, make sure your boot order is right for it to boot off the USB, and then it'll boot. But I'm going to choose ISO file here, and we'll go ahead and click next. And then it's going to ask you where you want to save it. And then after this, it's going to go ahead and create the Windows 10 ISO for you. Now, I already have a Windows 10 ISO, so I'm just going to be using that. And those of you that have watched this channel quite a bit, you will know that Windows 10 virtual machines on this computer is like unbearably slow. It's painfully slow. So I'm not actually going to do the installation on this computer. I'm going to try to do the installation on my ThinkPad laptop. That way, hopefully, it'll perform better. It has a better CPU in there, so hopefully we'll get some better results there. Alright, so here I am on my Lenovo ThinkPad laptop, and what I'm going to do now is I'm going to go ahead and open up VirtualBox, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to come into here, and I'm going to create a new virtual machine. Now of course, if you're installing it on hardware, you don't have to do any of this, so I'm going to name it Windows 10 Tutorial, because I already have a Windows 10 virtual machine on the hard drive here that I'm installing this to. I'm going to give it more RAM, at least 2 gigabytes, if for a semi-decent experience here. This computer doesn't have as much RAM as my desktop does there. So you're going to want to create a virtual hard disk. I explain everything about VirtualBox that you'll ever need to hear. I have a full dedicated video to that, and I'll put that in a card in the upper right hand corner. You can go ahead and check that out. It is an hour and a half, but you get all the information you would ever need out of that tutorial. Alright, so for the rest of this, we're just going to leave it on the defaults there, so we're going to hit next there. Dynamically allocated is good. Do your storage however much you want here, but I don't recommend going lower than like 30 gigs. Windows 10 is quite bloated. It does take quite a bit of hard drive space. I'm going to leave it at 50 gigs that is right now, because I'm not going to keep a virtual machine, but make sure you do not make it anything under 30 gigabytes. So we'll go ahead and create that, and then what we're going to want to do here is go into settings. Once again, I explain all this in that video here, so I'm just going to go into system here, processor. I'm going to give it another processing core here, And make sure you do this. Enable PAE-NX. Make sure you do that, because if not, Windows 10, I don't think it'll install without PAE-NX. Pretty much anything past 2010, you need to make sure that this is enabled. Alright, so display, I'm going to go and enable 3D acceleration, and then put this up to 256 megabytes of video memory there. Alright, in storage here, what you're going to want to do is go into your CD there, go and click on this little drop down, choose a disk file. By the way, I will leave download links to everything down in the description, including VirtualBox. So, and then pretty much everything, choose what you want it to be like. And we're going to show it on the top of the screen, that doesn't matter. Alright, so now we'll finally go ahead and hit the start button here. Now something that I do want to talk about is, if you get this, let's go ahead and, I don't know why I can't make this window bigger. There we go. Go ahead and just make sure you choose that ISO that you download from Microsoft website and then click start. Is piracy and activation. Now on Windows 10, it is the least if you don't enter a product key, all that will happen is there'll be like a little watermark in the bottom right hand corner of your screen that says settings. It's like the title, and then it says go to settings and activate Windows, and that's pretty much all you do. And then there's some settings that you can't like change, like the background picture has to stay the same. There is a way around that, by the way. If you're going to use if you're going to use Windows for any type of work, make sure you have to buy it. I do not recommend buying a cracked version of Windows. Just don't be a pirate, alright? Anyways, now that we've gotten to the screen, if you've gotten to the screen, everything is good. If not, you might want to try re-downloading it, or making sure if you're booting from USB that your boot order is set correctly so that you are indeed booting off of that USB. And yeah, I forgot to say, the download process of downloading this does take a long time to work, so yeah. Like I said, Windows 10 is, out of the box, is pretty bloated, and I don't think anyone will disagree with you on that. I mean, but anyways, let's just go and hit next here, and then we're going to hit install now. Once again, I am installing Windows 10 version 2004 in this tutorial, but if you are following this video in like 2022, and you're doing this on Windows 10 version 22.04, it's probably going to be a little different. I saw a video the other day comparing RTM Windows 10 and current Windows 10, and they even went through the install process. It is actually pretty different. That just tells you how much Windows 10 is going to be changing here. Anyways, if you don't want to activate Windows right now, then go and click I don't have a product key. But if you have your product key, then you can go and type it in here and hit next. I'm just going to click I don't have a product key. I'm not going to be going through how to activate Windows 10 in this tutorial, because I'm going to be deleting the VM right afterwards. I'm not going to be doing anything with it. So here you're going to go ahead and select the version of Windows 10 that you want to download. I recommend not doing the version with the N there. I'm not completely sure what the N is for, but I just know you probably shouldn't use that edition. But just choose the edition that you purchased here. And I'm just going to go with Windows 10 Pro here, and go and hit next. The installation should be the same for all these different types of Windows. Alright, so you can go ahead and read through the license here, and then if you accept it, go and hit I accept license terms, hit next, and now you're going to click custom here, Alright, we're going to go ahead and install to drive 0 unallocated space. So make sure that's selected, hit next. If that is not there, then what you're going to want to do is delete all the partitions. And then that'll go and delete everything, then you can go ahead and continue. Anyways, this will probably take a little bit. I don't know how long it's gonna take, but it usually takes around 5-10 minutes, maybe even 15-20. It kind of depends on your computer. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn up the music in post-production and get a time-lapse going. Alright, so right there, when it said press any key to boot from DVD, from USB or DVD, or CD or whatever, make sure you don't hit any key to do that, because otherwise you're restarting the installation process all over. If you do end up accidentally hitting a key there, go ahead and just force restart your computer and it'll be fine. In VirtualBox, you can do that by doing your host key, which, remember, that is the key if we hop out of full screen. It's the key listed here in the bottom right hand corner. So that and R, I'll go and force reset your machine there. Anyways, let's continue. Alright, that took forever, but we are finally here. So, what it says here, let's start with I almost said religion. Let's start with region. Is this right? So you're gonna go ahead and scroll through here and find your region here. I'm in the United States, so it's already selected for me. I'm gonna hit yes. And I did download this off of the ISO webpage of my Linux machine there. So this might be it might not be asking these questions if you got this using the media creation tool on a Windows PC right here. So is this the right keyboard layout? US. And so we're gonna hit yes. It's gonna ask if you want to add second keyboard layout. I'm gonna go and skip that. It's probably for like if you want to add a Dvorak keyboard instead of a QWERTY keyboard, and you can kind of switch between them in the Windows interface. That's something that you can do that there. So we're on to the network section. Now we have some important setup to do here. By the way, if you also want to go through this with your voice, you can go down, click on this. Well, actually, it looks like it wants to do voice control right now. You can go and click on there, you can say that. And then over here, you can have like Cortana speak the questions to you if you have a disability with your hearing, with your vision or something like that. And then you can have, if you have a microphone, you can plug that in and use voice control to set up your computer. The Windows 10, this is called the out-of-box experience, what we're in right here. It is pretty slow, and it's probably not one of the best ones. I prefer other things like the Windows 7, the Windows System, the Windows XP one better than this. So if you're just gonna be using this at home, go ahead and hit the first one. But if you want to set this up as your work computer, and you're going to do setup for an organization, I'm going to hit set up for personal use. I'm going to hit next. So you have a Microsoft account and you want to create a Windows account using your Microsoft account, you can go and do that here. If you don't want to, I believe sometime earlier here it might have asked you if you're doing this on a physical machine, if you want to connect to via Wi-Fi, you want to connect to your internet. If you don't want to log in with your Microsoft account here, then you're gonna have to go back and disable that internet, because for whatever reason the offline account won't come up there, and then it'll automatically come into you for an offline account. I'm gonna go and click on I want to use an offline account. It makes us wait for whatever reason, which is weird. So sign in, enjoy the full range of Microsoft apps and services. You're going to want to click on limited experience. Once again, if you just want a local Windows account. And then you can go and start putting in your stuff here. So test machine is always what I name my virtual machines. We're gonna hit next. Password here. Gonna type in a password. And for whatever reason, once again, this is one of my annoyances with Windows 10. It's really, especially with the account creation, it's really weird now. It wants us to create security questions. Usually, in the earlier versions of Windows, I just use hints, which is odd. Security question. I'm just gonna do New York City, which is not the real place I was born. First name of your oldest cousin. John Smith, which is now once again not true. And then what's your childhood? Just choose whatever. What's the name of the city where your parents met? I'm also gonna do New York City. I also don't think that's true. I'm just gonna kind of put in like random crap into that right now. And then you're just gonna wait a moment there and let it create those accounts that you set up. Now for the privacy settings, you can do this what you want. I always turn pretty much all this off, maybe except for a couple of things. No. Go and just read through this and choose the privacy settings that you like best and accept. Do more across devices, activity history. If you want timeline and other Windows features, continuing. Alright, so if you have multiple Microsoft devices here, you can go and set up something where you can have them sync between each other and just get no. Again, this is a virtual machine that I'm going to be deleting right after this video is made. So yeah, if you want to set up Cortana, you can do that here by hitting accept. I'm going to hit not now, and you'll be logging in here. Hi. You guys probably have all seen this little process here. We're going to get everything right. Pretty much every time an update comes down, like a feature update, if you updated from 1909 to 2004, you probably saw this here. It's just setting up different things, different settings for your user account. Just different stuff like that. This, like it says here, this might take some minutes, so I'm just gonna go ahead and pause the video until it comes back here.